Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Alexis McDonald.
Thanks. We are seeing some flurries in a temperature below zero today, but we will be seeing some improvements over the next 4 days. Here's your 5-day weather forecast. Today will be a mix of sun and cloud with a few flurries. It will be a high of -4 and a low of -10. Good news for tomorrow. It will be sunny with a high of 3 and a low of -5. Saturday will be cloudy with sunny breaks and a high of 2 and a low of -4. Sunday it will be scattered flurries with a high of -2 and a low of -7. And Monday will be mainly cloudy with a high of 2 and a low of -4. Today the snow will continue to fall. 1 centimeter of snow is expected from now until tomorrow afternoon. That's your 5-day weather forecast. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Alexis. Turning now to national and international news, Canada's Chief Electoral Officer is testifying in the House of Commons today about the Fair Elections Act. Bill C-23 is a conservative election reform proposal that would significantly alter voting rules. Students are included in the proposed changes. The Canadian Federation of Students says if passed, the bill would make it harder for students, seniors, and people who live on reserves to vote. Electoral Officer Mark Moran said today it would limit his ability to educate Canadians about democracy and could allow for more campaign spending.
An Ontario court has ordered the apprehension of children from Lev Tahor. The order comes after members of the ultra-Orthodox Jewish sect were caught fleeing the country. 3 adults and 6 children were stopped in Trinidad and Tobago while en route to Guatemala. Another family traveling through Mexico actually made it to their destination. Chatham-Kent police say 2 children are missing and the search is continuing. Lev Tahor got into trouble in Quebec after a Youth Protection Services investigation. The group moved to Chatham, Ontario in November. The members left in the wake of a court order to turn over 13 of the 6 children to Quebec foster care.
And now with the latest in Ukraine, the Crimean Parliament has voted yesterday on a decree to join Russia. The vote was 78-0 with 8 abstentions that were held a referendum on March 16 to solidify the decision. Arseniy Yatsenyuk, Ukraine's interim prime minister, denounced the decree. He says it's an illegitimate decision and the referendum has no legal grounds. Yatsenyuk says Crimea is an integral part of Ukraine and his government will fight for separatism.
As Russia continues to flex its muscles in Ukraine, a Russian news anchor has made headlines. Liz Wall closed the show by talking about ethical and moral challenges she faces at work. Wall's family fled to America from the Soviet Union, and she is the daughter of a U.S. military veteran.
This is why personally I cannot be part of a network funded by the Russian government that whitewashes the actions of Putin. I'm proud to be an American and believe in disseminating the truth. And that is why, after this newscast, I'm resigning.
The Russian network responded, calling Wall's public resignation a self-promotional stunt.
And now with your sports news, Corey Weir joins us in studio. Corey, it was a wild day in the NHL yesterday, wasn't it?
Definitely a crazy one indeed. The Maple Leafs are back at practice today after a nail-biter of a game at Madison Square Garden last night. Martin St. Louis was on the ice with his new team, and he took his first shot in a Rangers jersey. Early second, Tyler Bozak brought down on a breakaway penalty shot. On his first career attempt, he makes no mistake, 1-0 Buds. Early in the third frame, Nikolai Kulemin shot on net. Nazem Kadri is going to sit doorstep to put home the rebound, up 2 now. Now 2-1 leaves. Derek Stepan goes over to Dominique Moore, and he puts it past Jonathan Bernier for the equalizer. Overtime needed in this one. In OT, Phil Kessel feeds Bozak, buries his second of the game. That's 3-2 your final. Leafs jump to third in the division and sit 1 point behind the Montreal Canadiens for second. Here's what Randy Carlyle had to say about the importance of points going down the stretch.
Well, yeah, we're taking some points, and obviously those are the most important thing. And points are at a premium now, and we've got to find a way to continue to get points because we're going to go out on the road after our home game on Saturday against Philly. We're going to play.
Now to the rest of the NHL, where plenty of games are on tap tonight. Some Canadian teams in action. The LA Kings are in Winnipeg to face off against the Jets. Vancouver visits the Lone Star State to take on Dallas. New acquisition Thomas Vanek makes his debut with the Canadiens as they go into Arizona to face the Coyotes, and the New York Islanders go to oil country to take on Edmonton. To the Diamond now, where the Jays were set to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates again in Dunedin. Fortunately, the game was canceled due to heavy rain. The Jays are scheduled to face the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow at 1. Mark Burley makes a start against Ray Cobb. A few weeks after the Olympics finished up, the Paralympics are gearing up to begin. The opening ceremony takes place tomorrow in Sochi, Russia. Curler Sonia Godet will be flag bearer for Team Canada during the ceremony. Competition begins Saturday with alpine skiing, biathlon, sledge hockey, and curling kicking off the day. Now to home court, where Humber volleyball teams are ramping up for a national title. Men's volleyball team is set to begin their tournament in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Their quarterfinal matchup against the 5th-seeded Bearcats out of Columbia Bible College begins at 3. The women's volleyball team is at Seneca College to begin their tournament as well against 5th-seeded Grand Prairie. That match begins at 6 this evening. So we hope to see both teams do well there, hopefully bring home a national championship.
Thank you, Corey. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Kelly Kazakia.
Coming up in entertainment, Sunnyvale Trailer Park gets a facelift, and I've got your MTV Movie Award nominations. All this and more after the break.